Stadium. It's a little bit overcast here. We've had a little bit of a small shower early on, but thankfully it's cleared up somewhat before the start of this final quarter-final of the Intermediate Championship. We'll start with the Glenamaddy team. In goal, number 1, Cormac Haslam. The full back line now reads number 20, Aaron Hines, number 2, Aidan Keaveney, and number 7, Killian Gerrity. The half-back line wearing number 19 is Evan Duffy, 6 is Aidan Gerrity, and number 27 is Luke Divley. The midfield partnership is number 8, Pádraig Gerrity, and number 9, Conor Raftery. The half-forward line of 10, Owen Collins, 11, Michael Heenahan, and number 26, Cathal Hines. And the full forward line of number 13, Michael Fox, 14, Macdara Gerrity, and 15, Ryan Duffy. The management team of Tomás Skiblin with his selectors Darren Malahy and Nigel Fahy makes up the backroom team for Glenamaddy. For Kilconly, who normally wear green and red, they're in white and blue today down to our left-hand side, and their starting team is in goal number 1, Tommy Mannion, number 2, Niall Mullen, 19, JP Byrne, and 20, Michael Newell. The half-back line of number 18, Barry Concannon, number 6, Conor O'Neill, and number 7, Owen Daly. The midfield partnership is made up of number 17, Daniel Concannon, and number 9, Niall Daly. The half-forward line, 22, Jonathan Mannion, 11, Conor Marsden, and number 12, David Prendergast. And the full forward line of number 13, Michael Murphy, number 30, Ryan O'Neill, and number 15, Paul Mannion. The manager is Norman O'Brien, and the selectors are Stephen Curley and Pádraig Moore. And the referee is in the middle of the field, about to do the toss here in Tuam Stadium. The linesmen are Kieran Quinn and Jerry Daly, and the referee talking to both captains out in the Mills and Corrafin in the draw later on this evening. We're an hour away from that. Christopher Ryan says we're up, we're underway, and the ball thrown in the middle of the field. Trying to get onto it there was Niall Daly for Kilconly. Does well as Kilconly play from right to left in this first half in their white jerseys. Ball in over the top. Good ball in there. Chance now here straight away for the opening score for Kilconly. Conor Marsden with the effort puts it high and puts it over the bar. Great start from the throw-in, Kevin Dwyer. Long ball inside from Niall Daly, and Marsden is the target man already inside.
Yeah, and 3 of the players that we mentioned in our analysis, at the pre-match analysis, was we were saying Niall Daly, Paul Mannion and Conor Marsden, and the 3 of them were involved immediately. And Mannion is on the ball now again, Tommy, and wins a free, so it's going to be interesting to see if he stays out in the middle of the field for Kilconly, because if he does, he'll be a very potent playmaker out there in the middle of the field for them.
We have an injury to the Kilconly player at the moment. Referee Christopher Ryan taking note of the injury, and there's a couple of...
Christopher Ryan, I don't know, it's Paul Mannion that's down. He was the one that he was pushed to the ground, you know. Yeah,
pushed to the ground. He has the free outside the 45-metre line, playing into the scoring end of Tuam Stadium, as it's known here, down to our left-hand side. Kilconly have added to that theory straight away in the opening 60 seconds here, as we played just a minute and a half of action, as Paul Mannion from the hands has this chance to double Kilconly's advantage as he strikes this one in. It's high, it's curling in. Is it enough? No, it's out to the right hand side and wide. And one thing, Kevin, is there is a bit of a breeze out there. We can see the flags on the far side. They're blowing kind of across the field, and I'd imagine out onto the pitch there, it's a little bit swirly down around the 2 goals.
Yeah, it's coming over the stand here from behind us, Tommy, a little bit, and I'd say that, you know, it's kind of a northwesterly breeze. So it's a peculiar setup for the kick out.
Similar to a line out. We've seen that from a number of teams. Tactically, it's from the kick out that it's done, so it's about Kilconly having to match up to that tactic. And they've won back the ball in the middle of the field. It's with JP Byrne now, who gets it back to the man wearing 9, Niall Daly. Daly very influential for his club, of course, sends the ball in, but it's picked out there by Luke Divley for Glenamaddy. First chance for Glenamaddy to get their first free in this contest. The early stages here, 2.5 minutes gone in Tuam Stadium. 1 point for Kilconly, that opening score from Conor Marsden, as Glenamaddy now try to work it through Pádraig Gerrity in the middle of the field. Aidan coming through from centre back, loses the possession, but Glenamaddy pick it up. Player goes to ground in the middle of the field as Pádraig Gerrity. He's fouled. He wants to take it quickly, but he kicks it away initially. Going down over it is Luke Divley. Gets it back, and again it's spilled by Glenamaddy. A little bit of nerves early on as Conor Marsden now gets it off here. An opportunity for David Prendergast, bearing down on goal. Prendergast shouts in the back of the net, and Kilconly have started in a blitz here. The goal set up by Conor Marsden, I think it was, in towards David Prendergast. Kevin mentioned him at the start of the game as well. He's only a young guy, but by God, he finished well, Kevin. Super score, super goal for Kilconly.
Absolutely brilliant. Just 3 minutes into the game, Tommy, the ball turned over. They took a free kick, no need at all to take it. And great work from Paul Mannion involved in around there, disrupting it. Eventually, the ball fell for Kilconly. Marsden got the run on his defender and then put it through. And what a score from David Prendergast. I earmarked him for you, Tommy, at the beginning of the game. He's a quality young lad. I can see him being involved in Galway in the future. But what a score. He's down injured at the moment, the poor old devil. But, it's a cracking goal. And it was so well taken. And it gave Cormac Haslam no chance whatsoever in the back of the
It takes
net
a good
there.
shot to beat Haslam, any day at club or county level, or into county level. And he gave him no chance whatsoever.
No.
High into the roof of the net.
Yeah, and he knew what he was doing with it, Tommy. That was the thing about it. He had picked his spot and he went for it and he buried it.
Kilconly take the free quickly, but this time they make a little bit of a hames of it as Glenamaddy now go forward. Dragged to the ground there was the captain, Michael Heenan. And Heenan now goes crossfield towards Aidan Geraghty. Geraghty now in possession, moving up, looking for support, and he gets it from Heenan again. Heenan now being held back slightly there off to Aidan Geraghty. Geraghty going to go for a score from out the field. It's high, but it's wayward out to the right-hand side and wide. A wide apiece in the early stages. And Kevin, just looking at the clock, we're just coming up on 5 minutes gone in the first half. There's no doubt about it that Kilconly have started it better. They're more relaxed. They're into the pace of the game, and Glenamaddy just a little bit nervous early on. Yeah,
that's the thing. We said they're a young side, and maybe that's what's happening, that the big occasion is affecting them. And there's a huge crowd in here, Tommy, in Tuam Stadium. An awful lot of the Tuam Stars and Corofin people have come in early to watch this game.
Yeah, such is the draw of the Intermediate Championship this year. Chance here now for Glenamaddy to maybe get their own goal. Ball is inside. Oh, brilliant save by the goalkeeper, Tommy Mannion. He was brave. He was strong. He may not get up for a few minutes when play continues, but he's on the ground, on the deck inside. Play is continuing. Kilconly spill it over, but managed to get it back again. Is that a free play on, says the referee. Ball is given back there. Kilconly just need to mop it up and get it out in there. Tommy Mannion still looks a bit shook inside in the Kilconly goal. There's a brave save by the Coolbora in there as the ball now is moved by Kilconly crossfield, looking to move it out of the danger zone. Here they go this side of the field. Picked up for Kilconly. Long ball sent into the target man again. Conor Marsden. Off it goes to the goal scorer, David Prendergast. Being chased down by two Glenamaddy defenders. Still in possession. Needs support. Paul Mannion might supply that. The pass was overhit, however. And Glenamaddy turn it over. 6 minutes gone in Tuam Stadium. A goal and a point for Kilconly. No score for Glenamaddy. And the ball is battled for here. Close to the sideline. Free.
Tommy, this is a very physical game. There's nothing being missed out here. They really are putting it up to one another.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's real championship action here as the rain begins to fall down again. Not that heavy, but it's wet enough to create maybe slippy underfoot conditions. As the referee plays advantage to Glenamaddy, no advantage accruing, and that will be a free in as the rain kind of makes its way into the stand here to our commentary position, but not taken away from the excitement of the opening 7 minutes of action here, because it's Kilconly that have got the better start. A goal and a point. Conor Marsden with a point after 60 seconds. 2 minutes later, Marsden setting up David Prendergast for the Kilconly goal. As Glenamaddy now, through their captain, Michael Heenan, have this free halfway between the 45 and 21 metre line. Suits a right-footed kicker into the scoreboard end of Tuam Stadium. And Glenamaddy could do with this score just to settle down a few early nerves. Kicks it in high. No doubt about that one. High and over the bar. Michael Heenan gets Glenamaddy's opening score from the free. And that just might settle them down, Kevin.
Yeah, it certainly was well taken from. I thought initially that Ryan Duffy might be going to have a go at it, but he decided to leave it to the captain. And he kicked it over with aplomb, Tommy. And they needed that. They needed something to settle the nerves. And it was the right thing for them to do. Just get that score on the board.
Kick out goes straight to the corner forward. Michael Fox of Glenamaddy, and Glenamaddy now have a little bit of space to operate here. Heenan going forward again. Lovely ball inside here to Owen Collins. Collins 1-on-1 with the shot. Oh, out to the right hand side and wide. Second goal chance, Kev.
I don't know how he missed it. He was trying to put it inside the right hand post. I can see that the Kilconly goalie, Tommy Mannion, is down again. He took an awful wallop. I think it was he went over on his ankle a little bit, I think, in his effort.
That's the second time now, Kevin, he's picked up that knock. Remember the first one, the brilliant save he made, he picked up a heavy knock.
That's the one I'm talking about.
And a little bit of a knock maybe there and turned on it again. This could be a little bit of...
I don't know, is it the ankle or the knee? I'd say it's more like the thigh or the knee, probably like a dead leg, perhaps, Tommy, that he from the early one. So they might have to make a replacement here. And he'd be a big loss now because Tommy Mannion is a top-class player, and he's a long time in goal for Kilconly. He's a very, very experienced player. Kickouts are very important as well, and of course he is a good man to find a man. And there'll be a concern now on the side of the Kilconly team that he might not be able to continue and continue his participation in the game.
We weren't promised this rain, Kevin, early on today in the forecast, but just by the movement of the people on the terraces on the far side of the field would suggest to me that it's got pretty heavy out there, because they're making their way back to the stand here, which is already practically full in Tuam Stadium. So it's not going to make it any easier for both these two.
And the surface is going to get greasier, Tommy, and we'll see a lot more slipping and sliding, and that's a pity. And the ball will be, difficult to hold on to as well. Tommy Mannion is continuing. That's good to see for a Kilconly point of view. So, it's great to see that he is continuing.
Yeah, he hobbled out there to that kick out. Not sure how he's feeling, but Niall Daly gets the ball in the middle of the field. Again, it's straight inside towards Paul Mannion inside, and he picks it up. Mannion now takes on his man, driving forward. Chance here for Kilconly, could be another goal. Mannion drives it in, but he hits it up and over the bar. Great score.
Absolutely superb score, and the kick out from Tommy Mannion to find Niall Daly. The mark at the middle of the field, Tommy, so important. He made the mark, and of course the space was inside because they had just a two-man full forward line inside. They had Paul Mannion, I think the other one inside was David Prendergast. Mannion just skipped around his man, got the run on him, and unlike David Prendergast, he went for the same area, but it went a little bit higher and over the bar.
It says a lot for direct football too, Kevin. Kilconly are playing that style that, they pick it up in the middle of the field. There's two men inside, Marsden and Mannion, and any two of them are worth their weight in gold in there, and if they don't get a score, they'll set up one.
Yeah, there's three of them interchangeable there, Marsden, Mannion and Prendergast. And that's a great advantage to have, Tommy, to have three scoring forwards.
Glenamaddy win a free. Referee Christopher Ryan spots it in there. The clock tells us we played 10.5 minutes here in Tuam Stadium. 1 goal and 2 points for Kilconly. Glenamaddy a point. But Glenamaddy have been in with 2 goal chances of their own. And they've sent a lovely ball in here. They could have another opportunity here. Shot comes in high and over the bar. Brilliant score by McDara Geraghty for Glenamaddy. Reduces the deficit to 2 points as McDara gets his first point of the contest. McDara Geraghty from play sends it over the bar, back to a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, and it was a great score. It was the ball put in by Evan Duffy, and he played it inside to Ryan Duffy. They're related, of course. Found his own Colcahar, or his brother, inside and put it in the back of the... passed it across, I should say, to McDara Geraghty, and he made no mistake, popped it over the bar.
Conor Newell in a battle for possession over there with Conor Raftery, and Newell is the man that comes out better. He drives forward now, soloing towards the 21-metre line. Lovely ball in over the top towards Michael Murphy, but it was a hit and hope pass, and Glenamaddy can deal with it easily out the field to Conor Raftery. Being challenged over there by Michael Murphy, illegally so, and Glenamaddy get the free back in their own 45-metre line and move it on the far side of Tuam Stadium. Coming off our help is Pádraig Geraghty. And the ball is transferred inside towards Evan Duffy. Duffy goes to ground, but Glenamaddy still have possession. And the ball is sent in, but that's won well there by Michael Fox. Had no right to win that ball. And gets it over this side to the last scorer for Glenamaddy. He fires this one in. The umpires are having a look, and they are happy that that's gone over the bar from McDara Geraghty from a very acute angle, it must be said. He took the chance. He had the courage to go for it, Kevin, and he made no mistake.
No mistake whatsoever, Tommy, and it was a great score from a very acute angle. It looked like it might be drifting off to the left-hand side, but even from our position here in the stand, I was fairly confident that it was indeed gone over the bar, and the umpire had no hesitation at all in running for the white flag.
And the one thing I liked about the umpire there, he stood back far enough to have a good look at it, Kevin, as well, and make sure Niall Daly wins it in the middle of the field. Lovely ball inside again towards Marsden. Marsden tries to go down and the play on, says the referee is Paul Mannion that was in there. In fact, he gets a little shove in the back, but the Glenamaddy defenders are back there. You can hear the crowd in the background here shouting on every ball as Kilconly overturn it. Out it comes to Mannion. Mannion going to go for a score from way out the field. That's a serious effort. He puts the fist up to the stand, to the supporters. What a score, Kevin.
Well, he never gave up on it, Tommy, did he? He won the ball from the mark again, out in the middle of the field, to goalie to Niall Daly, who's having a huge influence out in the middle of the field there. Played the ball in early. It was a low ball. Mannion didn't get it up. But the back defended it well, but then Mannion came back to pick the pocket and put it over the bar. And it was an exquisite score, Tommy.
An exquisite score described by Kevin Dwyer there, and that's what it was. Easily matching the one earlier of MacDara Geraghty for Glenamaddy, as Pádraig Geraghty falls hard to the ground trying to gather that kick out from Conor Haslam.
It's a great game, Tommy, isn't it? It's
very enjoyable.
You know, the quality of the football and the quality of the scores and, you know, the commitment of the players and everything. It really is a top-class game.
I suppose it just, you know, highlights how high the standard is in intermediate this year in particular. You know, we've got Corofin, as we said, second team, Ilon Iron and Dunmore. And the winners of this game for the semi-final draw later on. So we'll be looking forward to that as well. But right now it's the battle here of Glenamaddy and Kilconly that continues. We're shortly reaching the midway point of the first half here, as Aidan Geraghty takes that in towards the centre forward and captain Michael Heenan. Lovely ball in, but taken out of it in there by Ryan O'Neill and out over the sideline on the far side of the field, where the linesman over there is Kieran Quinn, Jerry Daly the linesman this side, and the referee in the middle of the field, Christopher Ryan. Glenamaddy on the attack. Lovely ball inside towards Ryan Duffy. Duffy gets it off, and Glenamaddy now trying to work a better position for a score. Thought about it, Duffy did. Pop passes it back to Heenan. Heenan still going forward, goes to ground. Play on, says the referee, as the ball is touched on the ground. There's going to be a free out to Kilconly. Chance goes a begging, Kevin, for Glenamaddy in there, but you could see what they were trying to do. They're trying to work it to within a shooting distance.
Yes, they were trying to get in from that tight angle out there under the scoreboard in Tuam Stadium. Now Kilconly have worked the ball across the field, but Glenamaddy putting a high press on them and making it very difficult.
Foul on Owen Daly as the rain gets heavier here in Tuam Stadium, which is unfortunate, not just for the players, but for the poor souls on the terrace on the far side.
And for the two commentators at the front of the stand.
At the front of the stand, yeah. Well, we've been in worse conditions, it has to be said, over the years, but right now we're all eyes on Kilconly and Glenamaddy. Just 3 points separating the sides. That goal coming in the third minute from David Prendergast, separating these two sides here in Tuam Stadium, as the ball is moved inside towards Mannion, who's a great ball winner, great scorer when he gets the opportunity as well, but the ball is taken away in there by the Glenamaddy defence, and now they can work it forward. The light is fading here in Tuam Stadium as well, it must be said. It's a real dark afternoon now, as trying to get rid of it there is Aidan Geraghty. Back it goes to the man wearing 20 who started, Aaron Hines. And Glenamaddy have to work it from back inside their own 45-metre line. Out it goes to MacDara Geraghty and gives it off to Evan Duffy. Duffy sends a lovely ball inside towards Ryan Duffy. Duffy sees that ball spill away from him, however. Kilconly have enough of defenders back there to deal with it and work the ball away towards David Prendergast, who was a little bit static for that pass. And going back is Aaron Hines now. He's seen a lot of ball for Glenamaddy. Gets it off towards the number 7, Killian Geraghty. And Glenamaddy, Conor Raftery now in possession. It slowed down the pace a small bit. It was frantic for the opening 15. We've now played nearly 17 minutes of this first half. It's low scoring, but it's end to end. It's really enjoyable, as Kevin said earlier, this quarter final here in Tuam Stadium. Glenamaddy trying to work a little bit of space. Raftery goes back. And Glenamaddy restructure again. To try and set up a scoring opportunity. Aidan Geraghty going to go long this time, sends it in, tries to dissect two Kilconly defenders in there, but the Kilconly defender Niall Mullen was alert, and it allows Kilconly to come forward. Ball spills away now. That's what you're going to have, and the conditions worsen here. It's going to be hard to hold on to it as Owen Daly goes forward. Lovely ball inside towards the goal scorer Prendergast. Prendergast off the right, Prendergast high. Prendergast makes no mistake, adds a point to his earlier goal. Kilconly go 4 back in front. And that's a super score. Well worked score, Kevin.
Yeah, that's 1-2 that he has scored already, Tommy. And that's an absolutely tremendous contribution to have made to his side. And I have to say, Conor Marsden has dropped back into the defence there, and he's clogging up the area back there. both sides have figured out what the other is doing, and the net result is that tactically they have adjusted themselves. Marsden dropped back, was involved in taking the ball out of the defence there and set up the score to help to set up the score for David Prendergast.
Yeah, 4 points separating the sides, 18 minutes gone on the clock, 12 to go of normal time to half-time. We had 1 or 2 stoppages, which may result in a few added on minutes at the end. But right now Glenamaddy are on the attack. Good ball. Spilled away, however, and Kilconly should get onto this. They do, through their centre-back, Conor O'Neill. Advantage being played. The referee's going to call it back for that advantage. There's only got one Kilconly player inside the 45, Kevin, down to our left-hand side here. He's been marshalled by number 20, Aaron Hines, and Aidan Geraghty. So you were right, Kilconly are bringing back players at the moment, just trying to, stifle anything that's coming in from Glenamaddy.
Yeah, that's what's happening, and we did have 2 players in there at the start, Tommy. Now it's just one. It was David Prendergast on his own that was in there. So they've clogged up the attack that Glenamaddy were...
Prendergast, and the ball skids along the surface. The rain has subsided somewhat, not for the moment. Pádraig Geraghty trying to go forward. He skips past Conor Marsden, sends a nice ball into the path of the forward inside, but it's just not falling for Glenamaddy. But the referee, Christopher Ryan, has spotted a foul. That will be a free in. 5.5 minutes of normal time to go to half time, and Glenamaddy have a chance to put back-to-back scores together.
Yeah, and I was going to make a comment about the referee. I have to say Christopher Ryan is top quality. He has missed very little, particularly those little hand pulls, Tommy, when a player is very little. Particularly those little hand pulls, Tommy, when a player is trying to pass the ball. He's missed very, very little.
The free comes in. It's curling in beautifully for Glenamaddy. It's a good response by the men in blue.
Michael Fox, I think.
Michael Fox, the number 13. He has a cultured left foot on him. We've seen him over the years. And that free is his first of the afternoon, I think, as well. And it brings it back to a 5-point ball game. Crucial that they got those 2 scores, Kevin, in response.
Yes, absolutely vital. And of course it means it keeps the scoreboard ticking over for them too. And they'd be hoping that at some point, that they might be able to crack one into the back of the net as well. As I said, they have a very good forward line. Michael Fox, McDarragh Geraghty and Ryan Duffy. And the 3 of them have already made the score sheet, Tommy. So that'll tell you they're not, without quality in attack either.
And only for Tommy Mannion, they could crucially have had 2 goals as well in this first half.
That's the thing, yeah. You have to keep that in mind, yeah.
Ball from the kick out is won by who else? Not Niall Daly, David Prendergast. So he's taken a sabbatical from full forward and come out around the middle, but Kilconly have lost it. Glenamaddy now trying to respond to conceding those 2 goals in the first half. Send the ball over the far side towards the full forward, who does well. It's gone out over the sideline on the far side of the feet, off a Glenamaddy hand. 4 minutes to go to the break of normal time. 2-4 Kilconly, Glenamaddy 5 points. As Kilconly try and work it out towards Michael Murphy, keeps his eye on it in the middle of the field. Moves it this side towards Niall Mullen, and Mullen gets it off to Paul Mannion. Very close to the sideline, right down in front of us here. Back to Mullen, and Mullen now surveys the options. The option this time is to give it to Ryan O'Neill. And O'Neill out at the middle to Niall Daly, who's composed and calm out there to get it over there. And the ball drilled inside by Barry Concannon in towards Conor Marsden, taking on 2 Glenamaddy defenders, but he loses it. Might still have time to go back and get a flick and recycle it out close to the sideline. Glenamaddy deemed to have foul over there.
Yeah, there was a pull on the hand, as I said, Tommy. The referee has been watching for that right throughout this game, and Christopher Ryan, and he called it again there.
Jonathan Mannion involved over there for Kilconly as well, helping out Conor Marsden as the ball is recycled back to Daniel Concannon. So coming to the closing stages, 2.5 minutes to go to half time here in Tuam. Kilconly lead by 5, courtesy of those 2 David Prendergast goals that came in the 3rd and 22nd minute of the first half. Conor O'Neill gets it off to Barry Concannon. Concannon now returns the favour, returns the pass to O'Neill.
Yeah, there's no urgency now for the Kilconly side, Tommy. They can play keep ball. They're the ones that are leading by 6 points to 5, or 10 points to 5, I should say.
No pressure on Kilconly. It's a good place to be as we come up to half time. They might just be happy to see it out at that. 2 minutes of normal time to go. We'll get the added on time from the fourth official in a minute as Kilconly kick the ball away needlessly inside, allowing Glenamaddy to gather possession and maybe get another score before half time. 4 points or even 3 of a deficit may not be too bad for Glenamaddy, who might feel that they have a lot more to offer in the second half as the ball is popped forward towards Ryan Duffy. Duffy has a goal from out the field, but that's not going to curl efficiently. It's very few wides in this game, Kevin.
That's the second one for Glenamaddy,
and one for Kilconly. Yeah, so I mean, their strike rate is pretty up there. Like, it's a big percentage of.
Yeah, there is a high return. There is a very high return in the attacks. The scoring average then is quite good, but if you look at it from the Glenamaddy point of view, they were held 10 minutes scoreless from the.
There's plenty of time left in this. A shot comes in from Glenamaddy out to the left hand side and wide. A rushed effort that sees it spinning out to the right. A minute and a half to go to half time here in Tuam Stadium. Tommy Mannion, the goalkeeper for Kilconly, gets ready to take this kick out. It's the first of a double header course, Kevin, here in Tuam Stadium as well. Big game coming up at 5:15.
If the next game is as good as this game is, Tommy, it's just so power football in this. And I have to say, from the first half, the goals have given the impetus to Kilconly, and they really have been dominating it really from about the 13th minute.
Tuam Stars versus Corofin, 4:45.
Oh, something to look forward to. Mouth-watering.
Yeah, well, we got about a minute to go here as the Glenamaddy players put to the sword there. Kilconly turn it over. Christopher Ryan allowing play to continue. And this could be a danger here for Glenamaddy at the end of the first half. Off it goes to Mannion. Mannion now having a look at the post. Tries to curl it in, but curls it off way out to the left-hand side and wide. The tenacious tackling of Kilconly in this first half.
Niall Daly again, in around his man. The man fell on the ground. Daly just kept his hands around him, stopped the ball coming out, and overturned it.
Kilconly lead by 6. 30 seconds to go to half time. Glenamaddy could do the score before the break. Have they time and have they the energy to get this ball up the other end of the field? Christopher Ryan will be keeping a close eye on the watch. We're 13 seconds on my stopwatch away from half time. In possession for Glenamaddy was Cathal Hines. It's all a bit slow out around the middle. Not a lot of movement inside. Trying to go down over it there. The referee has seen a foul, and Glenamaddy's chance of a score before half time has gone a begging. We're gone past the 3 added on minutes as attention is needed for Kilconly player. Looks like to me could be the centre back, Conor O'Neill.
That's his second time on the ground, Tommy.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not too bad for him. He's been in the wars a little bit.
Similar to Tommy, as referee Christopher Ryan checks the watch. And it's thankfully dried up as well here. We don't have the rain we had earlier in the contest.
Yeah, the cloud has broken up a bit, Tommy, so that's no harm at all.
Just checking around to see if there's any other changes on either side at half-time. Doesn't seem...
No changes, I'd say, because I see Pat Potter. He's a great man for... he's the event manager here, and he's a great man for letting the people in the press box know, and I see him saying, no, waving his hands, no changes.
Yeah, good to have the likes of Pat available at these games as well. Always reliable. As referee Christopher Ryan gets the action underway, we're up and underway for the second half. Glenamaddy win it through Conor Raftery in the middle of the field and send that ball in over the top, but it's a poor effort again. And Kilconly can mop that up all day long. Ball spills out of the hands of Owen Daly. Conor Raftery picks it up, fair shoulder, says the referee. And Glenamaddy look for the first score of the second half. Ball kicked in, but kicked in poorly and out to the right hand side and wide. It's up on 4 wides now, I make it, for Glenamaddy in this contest. And that was one that they could have done with, Kevin.
Yeah, they certainly could, and there's no need for them to really force it, and that's what they did there, Tommy. Both times Conor won a ball in the middle of the field, forced the pass a little bit, and it went askew. Then when they recovered the ball again, the ball went out to their number 10, Owen Collins, and he forced it again, tried from out the field with a shot that was a hit and hope, a Hail Mary job, didn't come off. Kick
out from Tommy Mannion, who looks recovered from the first half, but Glenamaddy win a free that's brought forward 20 metres now by the referee. And Conor Raftery takes it laterally, goes to the return pass, gets it off to Aidan Geraghty. Geraghty now driving forward towards the D, off the right. Again, it's a poor effort and a rushed effort by Glenamaddy, who just need to settle down into this. They're panicking Aidan Geraghty had acres of space to move it forward, but took a shot that didn't get 2 foot off the ground and out to the left-hand side and wide.
Yeah, and that's a pity, really, because, as I say, they're just panicking that bit. What they need to do is just move the ball around a little bit. And one of the things I noticed about them in the first half, Tommy, I didn't get a chance to remark on it, was that they tend to go down the middle quite a lot. And they're not opening up the Kilconly defence by spreading it out to the wings. And, they should be hugging the sidelines a bit more and try and open up the Kilconly defence.
Because they do possess a good full forward line in Michael Fox, McDara Geraghty and Ryan Duffy. So, again, it's a pass that nearly goes astray. Aidan Geraghty kept his eye on it. He was brave. Conor Raftery now needs to go down on this. Gets it over here towards the man wearing 19, Evan Duffy. Evan now still going forward. Gets it off. Will the chance come for the score? The overlap is on the far side towards Cathal Hines. Hines should score from here. Hines kicks it in and kicks it over the bar. Glenamaddy get the first point of the second half. And that's far better, doing exactly what Kevin alluded to earlier. Get a few passes together, spray it around, and eventually find a player in space. With 2.5 minutes gone in the second half, Glenamaddy get the opening score.
Yeah, and the attack came from this left-hand side, Tommy, close to the sideline. Just what I was saying, spread the defence.
Race is on for possession. Touched on the ground by the Glenamaddy defender. And now he had sprinted 30 or 40 yards to get there, but then just slipped, and that's just down to the surface at the moment.
Yeah, it's tough going on him. Unlucky in that one, but this is a chance, and of course, you can expect Michael Murphy. He'll
left
have
foot.
A right go at this, yeah.
Yeah, left foot, suits a left-footed kicker. Dropping it in, dropping it out to the right-hand side and wide. He never got enough of purchase on that one for sure. Commentators curse. Putting it out to the right-hand side and wide.
Yeah, that's the third wide, Tommy.
Yeah, 4, I think, or 5 for Glenamaddy. Up around there anyway at this moment.
Yeah, 5 for Glenamaddy, yeah.
So it remains 2-5 to 6 points in the early stages of the second half. As the ball breaks, pushing the back of the Kilconly player, says the referee. And that's... Ball sent inside. News coming too of the draw, Kevin. I'll tell you in a few minutes as Murphy gets a chance to amend the last one. That's a super score by Michael Murphy. 2-6 to 6 points. And the latest we have, that's a point by Michael Murphy. But in relation to the intermediate football draw, Kevin, I can tell you that to avoid clash with further events during the day, intermediate quarter-final draw will take place after this game unless it goes to extra time. So
very good.
We'll keep an eye on that.
We'll keep an eye on that. We're looking forward to that. That's a mouth-watering draw, Tommy.
34 minutes gone. 2-6 to 6 points in favour of Kilconly, who see no intention of stopping up here. Daly put under pressure. Referee says over carry. Better work by Glenamaddy. And Glenamaddy have won the free. And they want to bring in a sub as well. Number 25, Cormac Raftery, is coming into the action. Let's see who goes off. The linesman Kieran Quinn here signalling to the referee. So Glenamaddy making the sub in the early stages of the second half. To me it looks like Owen Collins that's making way. It is Owen Collins that's coming off. And going on is number 25, Cormac Raftery. So sub being made there as Glenamaddy now enjoy possession out around the middle of the field. Ball off to Pádraig Geraghty. Sent inside. Little interchange of hand passes here. Good movement. Ball up back out to Raftery. Conor Raftery from out the field. That's better by Glenamaddy. High and over the bar.
You said it there, Tommy, about the good interchange of movement, and that's what it was. It was that interchange of movement that set up Conor Raftery coming off the shoulder to pop the ball over the bar. He had the space, he had the time, and he was in the right area, directly in front of the town goal.
Back to 5 points here in Tune. 2 goals and 6 for Kilconly. Glenamaddy 7 points. Tommy Mannion with the orange bib to avoid any clash of colours. The ball is touched down and won by Glenamaddy. A heavy hit comes in on Aidan Geraghty, but he gets it off to Conor Raftery, who drives forward now. In it goes as far as Evan Duffy. Still going forward. Duffy high and Duffy over the bar. Could easily have gone underneath the crossbar, but it's far, far better work by Glenamaddy at the start of this second half.
Yeah, great work, and I have to compliment Evan Duffy there, because when the kick out was taken, the man that tipped it down to Geraghty was in fact Evan Duffy, and having tipped it down, he continued the forward move, and he kept going forward, and when the ball came to him, he might have put it in the back of the net. Now it was well covered by Tommy Mannion, I have to say, but it just tipped over the bar.
Referee is going to be called over here. Kieran Quinn is the linesman. Jerry Daly is the linesman on the far side.
I think there might have been something like a stamp or something.
Yeah, it's a Glenamaddy player on the ground. It involved Conor Newell of Kilconly. And it's all down to what the officials have seen. Because this could be a straight red. And this could be a game changer, Kevin, in tune.
Yeah, Conor O'Neill, he did do something, obviously. And I think it was a stamp on the leg. I'm not sure. I didn't see it, but from the reaction of the player immediately afterwards, it looked like someone had stood on his toe.
So, Christopher Ryan will lay down the law here very, very quickly.
Could be a black card, if not a red, Tommy.
If it's a red, it's going to the back pocket. So that, to me, suggests that it's a straight red for Kilconly. There's a lot of hassle going on the sideline as well down here now as well.
Yeah.
Kieran Quinn, the linesman, getting a lot of abuse. As, you know, we mentioned the refereeing of Christopher Ryan earlier in the game. Fingers being pointed at the linesman. Stuff you don't want to see going on in any game. But the bottom line is we have 7.5 minutes gone. Kilkenny are, in the second half, Kilconly are down to 14, but lead by 4.
Now that was silly, Tommy. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. When you're leading the game, there's no need to do that. Just keep playing football. Touchdown
by Kilconly from the kick out. Ball over hit though. Will come to Conor Raftery. And Raftery pops it off to Aidan Geraghty. Geraghty now to Heenahan. Michael Heenahan looking for a score. Michael Heenahan in high and over the bar. We're back to a 3-point ball game. And if the first half was good, Kevin, this has just gone up another notch here.
You can feel it, Tommy. The tension is absolutely immense here in the stadium. A great run through and another fine passing movement since they came out in the second half from the Glenamaddy side. And Aidan Geraghty has been involved in an awful lot of that, Tommy. He's been pushing up from the centre-back position and he's been the playmaker, and it's certainly making a huge difference to the attack that's coming in from Glenamaddy.
Still plenty of stuff going on the sideline as well. 2-6 for Kilconly, 9 points for Glenamaddy. Ball over the far side towards David Prendergast. And Prendergast skips past his man, goes down on the ball, doesn't have a lot of support. Is going to have to orchestrate a score here for himself. Drops it into the hands of Cormac Haslam, the goalkeeper. And he can come away with it. Glenamaddy now with their tails up in the last few minutes. As Kevin is right, you can feel the tension here. You can cut it with a knife in the stand as the Glenamaddy player goes to ground, and that's a free out. 9 minutes gone in the second half. 2-6 to 9. We will require extra time if the sides are level at the end of this as well, Kevin. We'll talk about that later on. But right now, Glenamaddy have to somehow try and get back to a 2-point deficit, and they might just do that now. Another free one. It's far better play by Glenamaddy in this second half.
Yeah, since they came out at half-time, I'd have to say that Cormac Raftery has gotten into the game in the middle of the field. He's began to overshadow the work that was being done by Niall Daly that was dominating it for the first half for the Kilconly side. And Aidan Geraghty has come out towards the middle of the field as well, and I think that's a huge ploy. He's going to get this ball now, Tommy, and try and set up another attack.
Yeah, gives it out towards the middle, towards Pádraig Geraghty, who goes for a score. That's dropping in, but dropping out to the right-hand side and wide. Kind of chances that maybe they should have gone for a point from the free, but they felt maybe that was too far out. But they have the deficit back to 3. They trail by 6 at half-time, remember, 2-5 to 5. It's now 2-6 to 9. So they have, in fact, scored more scores than Kilconly, but those 2 goals making the difference, giving Kilconly that 3-point advantage at the moment. Goalkeeper Tommy Mannion. Again, he goes this side of the field. 2 Glenamaddy players up, 1 Kilconly, and Glenamaddy win it. And again, it's back as far as the man wearing number 19, Evan Duffy. Aidan Geraghty, little pop pass to Conor Raftery in the middle of the field. He's pulled, play on, says the referee. The ball is transferred over to Heenahan now. Heenahan still going forward. The referee says he's barged in, and that's going to be a free out.
Kilconly player they're not happy about the Kilconly player that's down. They're calling for support immediately for him, Tommy. Yeah. They tried to go through the middle. They was going into a closed door, Tommy. And this is what I was saying. Like, it's fine if you move the ball early and move it quickly and you get through the passage. But if you don't, then you've got to recycle it, work it around, go around the corners and get it in that way. But they just went straight through the middle and the door was closed. Bargain, and the referee says, no, you can't do that. Now, because he has complained about it, he's after getting a yellow card, the captain.
It's Michael Murphy of Kilconly that was back there defending, so Kilconly getting bodies back, but of course they're down to 14 men with the dismissal with a straight red of Conor O'Neill. And of course that has implications, Kevin, not just today but for the semi-final as well, because Conor O'Neill would not be available should Kilconly get through.
Yeah, that's a really big blow for them to lose the centre back like that. I wouldn't mind, but you know, he had managed to overcome 2 injuries and continue on.
Niall Daly in possession for Kilconly now, over on the far sideline. Gets it back towards Barry Concannon. Concannon takes a little bit of a hit. The referee says play on. And glenamaddy putting the squeeze on all the time now. As Conor Marsden has to go back a long way to get it up as far as Daniel Concannon, who drives forward for Kilconly. Back to Marsden. Marsden runs into a bottleneck. Ball very close to the sideline. It's a glenamaddy ball. And Kilconly player goes to ground. So too does the glenamaddy player. But thankfully everything is restored to normal there. The referee, Christopher Ryan, asking everybody to get back. Conor Marsden and Aidan Keaveney getting to know each other. Yeah, that ball isn't back. Just
watching Milltown's Darren Malahy there. He's on the sideline with glenamaddy, encouraging his player there to get back and get involved and keep it going. Paul Mannion doing great out in the middle.
Yeah, intercepting a pass from glenamaddy and a lovely ball in over the top towards Prendergast. He's beaten to it, however. Conor Raftery back there doing a bit of defending deep in his own half. And glenamaddy come forward now, trailing by 3. But with the impetus, it must be said, in the last few minutes. Our clock tells us that we played 13 minutes of the second half, and a free out to Kilconly on the far side. Crucial decision. glenamaddy looking to add to their 4 points at the start of this second half. The referee has spotted a free on Michael Murphy.
Yeah, pull of the hand again, yeah. And he's going to talk to the player this time, Tommy. So he'll be, you know, more concerned about making sure that he keeps it level from the point of view of cards, etc. Because when you hand out a red card, you know, you're going to make sure that you're going to keep it level from that point of view. Yellow card issued. Yeah,
a yellow card from Christopher Ryan on this occasion. And the game delicately poised at 2-6 for Kilconly. glenamaddy 9 points. And the free is taken by Conor Marsden. glenamaddy again overturned possession and try to work it out. Spills away. The referee now is going to go over and talk to another Kilconly player. Niall Daly now is going to receive a second yellow card and a red card, Kevin. Kilconly down to 13. Well, it's all happening here. It's full of drama, Kevin.
Yeah, I mentioned it just a minute ago, Tommy. I says when the referee gives out a red card, he has to keep giving out the cards. He can't just give one and not say, you know, I'm going to let that go. Everything has to be punished.
Well, it's all happening for glenamaddy in the sense that they have the numerical advantage now. They're still 3 points behind, but with over 15 and a half minutes of normal time to go here, glenamaddy have a great opportunity, you would imagine, to try and overturn this.
Yeah, they have 2 men extra now, Tommy. So
15 against 13.
Yeah.
Well, it's how they go about using it now. It's real backs to the wall stuff for Kilconly as Conor Raftery has possession now on the 45 metre line. Sees that ball spill away from him. Eventually gets the free on the 45. And the referee, for a little bit of back chat, is going to bring it forward, is he? He is going to bring it up to the edge of the D. And certainly not just what Kilconly wanted, as Niall Daly makes himself his way up to the stand down in front of us here. 2 yellows equates to a red. Kilconly down to 13. Michael Heenan has the opportunity to put 2 points between the sides into the scoring goal of Tuam Stadium down to our left-hand side. On the edge of the D with the right foot. Heenan waiting for instruction from the referee, Christopher Ryan. A little bit of a slow step up. Curls it in, curls it high and puts it over the bar. 10 points for glenamaddy. Michael Heenan gets another one. This time from a free. I make that 3 for him. And we played exactly 16 minutes of the second half. So 2 points, Kevin.
Yeah, it's getting closer and tighter, Tommy. There's no doubt about that. It's getting closer and tighter. The Niall Daly first yellow card, Tommy, came just before half-time. So, you know, he was on tender hooks. He should have minded himself.
Fisted pass in over the top towards Ryan Duffy. Too much on it. And the Kilconly defender is going to get it, even though Glenamaddy had overturned it, but they took it illegally from the Kilconly defender. Through 6 to 10 points, 16 and a half minutes gone on the clock. Kilconly now relying on the likes of Conor Marsden to come back deep. He's put under pressure. The referee says it's a foul. Kilconly trying to get it up towards the one man up there, but Glenamaddy have it. The ball is passed away towards the Macdara Garrity, and it is evident of the two-man advantage out there now, because there's way more blue jerseys to be seen than white. As here go Glenamaddy, lovely pass inside, should be a score. It's kicked in high, but it's kicked in wastefully there by the man wearing number 26, Cathal Hines, and that registers as another wide for Glenamaddy. And Glenamaddy just need to slow it down there.
Yeah, just getting too excited, Tommy. There's no doubt about it. You know, they need to control the game a little bit more, control their passion a little bit more. They have 2 men extra. You know, they should be utilising that to their advantage.
Ball breaks. Touch on the ground, no, says the referee. Sideline ball. Kieran Quinn indicating that it is for the men in white of Kilconly, who lead by 2, having led by 6 at half-time. Ball up towards, touched on brilliantly there, just not enough as Aidan Geraghty comes in. Powerful display by him at centre back. And Glenamaddy now work it down the stand side into Conor Raftery, who got a man free inside. This is a bit of space now for Glenamaddy. Ball back outside towards Heenahan. Does he fancy his chances from here? He does. Drops it in. But this one again is tailing out to the left and wide. We get a wide tally off Kevin for Glenamaddy, which must be up in nearly double figures at this stage.
7 at this stage, Tommy.
7. Yeah. Trying to eat into this 2-point deficit that they have. Pádraig Dandy Kelly getting a slip of paper from the Glenamaddy backroom team. Number 18, Tom Collins, is coming into the action. We'll see who's going off. It's the man number wearing 20, Aaron Hines. So both sides trying to find this winning formula that will see them in the draw after this game.
Man down in the middle of the field there, Tommy, at the moment for the Kilconly side, Ryan O'Neill.
Yeah.
So there will be a little bit of a delay here. Just to look at this second half so far, Tommy, as this delay comes on, you'd have to say, like, in fairness to Glenamaddy.
Another injury to Kilconly. It really isn't their day. We've seen a couple of players pick up nasty injuries, and you mentioned the sending offs as well. So it really is backs to the wall stuff for Kilconly now. They've only scored 1 point in the second half. That's fine effort from Michael Murphy.
Yeah, Ryan O'Neill gingerly making his way to the sideline here, coming in as the young player James Morton. So
gets a round of applause as well from both sets of supporters.
Both sides, yeah.
As this
it's
kick
really
out.
been a very good game, and it's a pity that we've had the couple of incidences that we've witnessed in the game.
First opportunity for James Morton to get the ball. Still going forward. He's fouled. He gets a little tip as well. Holds the hand to the mouth. And Kilconly looking for another score here that might just give them a little bit of strength on the scoreboard. They lead by 2 as that ball is sent over the far side towards Conor Marsden. He'll fancy himself from here for sure. Marsden kicks this ball in. It's high. It's going to drop in around the square. Gathered in there easily by Glenamaddy defenders. And they can try and work that out here. Ball down along this line. Is there too much on that? It's not. There's enough on it to get it forward towards Ryan Duffy. Duffy gets it off then. And Glenamaddy get it back to Aidan Geraghty. Another point would just leave one between the sides here and give us a very interesting finish in Tune Stadium. Ball back. Killian Geraghty. Geraghty over the far side, which is missed initially by Luke Divley. He has to go hard for that. He does, and gets the fisted pass off over on the far side. Glenamaddy go past the 45-metre line, but close to the sideline. Michael Heenahan, the captain, trying to lead his by example to Conor Raftery. Thought about having a pop, but gets it off here instead to Evan Duffy. Duffy now trying to unlock the Kilconly defence, who are really with their backs to the wall. The 13 players of Kilconly. Referee says play on. Picked up by Macdara Geraghty on the ground. Doesn't touch it. It breaks kindly for the number 19, Evan Duffy. Duffy now 21 metres out on the sideline. Gets it off here to the man wearing 18, Tom Collins. He's a sub, and Tom Collins punches the air with delight as he gives a free to Glenamaddy, who want to take it quickly. It's gone back. Kieran Quinn, the linesman, calls it back to be taken from the proper.
Yeah, just a comment here on the player that came in, James Morden. The Morden name synonymous with Kilconly. There was two brothers, Brian and Porrick. Brian played for Galway, great minor match once upon a time against Derry. He's involved with Clare Galway, and Porrick is on the sideline here, of course, looking after Kilconly.
Heenan then with the chance to put one between the sides, drops it in, it's curling in. Has it gone over the bar? It is. Super score. You can hear the roar in the background as Michael Heenan gets another point, 4 for him, but that is a huge free, and that one has come in the 23rd minute. Glenamaddy are back to within a point, and it's game on here now in Tune Stadium. Kilconly down to 13.
Yeah, it's huge free from out near the sideline, Tommy. Obviously the breeze, as we said, was coming over the stand here, and it helped in the flight of that one.
Aidan Keaveney comes off. Oren Geraghty's goes back in. He didn't start, the number 3 for Glenamaddy, so they make a change. Ball comes up, picked up by Macdara Geraghty, goes to ground, tries to get it in there. Referee says play on. A break for Glenamaddy, who are really on fire at the moment, as Glenamaddy have it in the middle of the field, trailing by 2-6 to 11 points. Kilconly led at a half-time by 6, 2-5 to 5. Aidan Geraghty for Glenamaddy. Kilconly being pushed to the pinner of the collar now. A chance for Heenan to level it up, drops it in, low and hard and out to the left-hand side and wide. Rushed effort there. We are 6 minutes away from the end of normal time here at the second half, with a point separating the sides. Kevin Dwyer is laughing.
I am. It's such a juicy game, you know. I mean, one side down to 13 men, having a 1-point advantage. All players back except for one player. That's David Prendergast down in the attack, the lone star on his own. If they were to get one break and get one ball to him, who knows what kind of damage he might do. We'll just have to wait and see how this pans out.
Tommy Mannion gets a good direct kick out towards Conor Marsden on the far side, up to David Prendergast, the scorer of 2 goals for Kilconly. He's 1-on-2 now, trying to work his way forward. Kilconly just don't need to give, or Glenamaddy don't need to give away a free. The shot comes in but goes out to the left hand side and wide. The pressure was on. Kilconly are going to make another substitution. They're going to bring in number 8, Martin Yule. So they feel a little bit of strength is needed out around the middle of the field. Tired legs now for Kilconly, down to 13 as Kevin said, but still leading by a point here. 5 minutes I make it on our stopwatch to go to the full-time whistle, but we will have added on time to be put with that, for sure. Referee, as Conor Marsden is coming off the Kilconly side.
Yeah. Conor Marsden, he's put in some shift for them.
Some shift.
Yeah.
Ball breaks again kindly for Glenamaddy in the middle of the field. He looks to be worn out, Conor Marsden, as he comes off as well. As a man free all this side of the field is Evan Duffy. Duffy now doesn't go for it. Instead it's tipped on beautifully there. Duffy now has a chance to equalise it here. Oh, his shot is blocked down. Picked up inside. Ball was hopping. Glenamaddy had been hoping for a free for a pick up off the ground. But that was a chance as Michael Murphy goes to ground, fouled by Tom Collins. And this will eat down the clock another few minutes as we have 4 minutes to go here. All eyes, Kevin, will be on the 4th official to see how much will be added on.
Yeah, another man gone down here. I think Martin Newell has gone down, or no, it's not. It's actually the number 18 for Kilconly that's gone down, Barry Concannon. So another delay here. So there will be added time, Tommy, and that'll add to the whole tension of it. And the tension is absolutely immense at this stage. You can hear it in the crowd. They're cheering every single facet of the game. It's
been that way since the start of the game, or prior to it even here. Both sides, sets of supporters were well up for this game. They want so much for their team to be in the semi-final of the championship.
Absolutely, yeah, they do. And both of these sides, you know, it's a pity that one of them is going to lose out, Tommy.
Yeah, absolutely. Two really committed, solid teams. As the free is kicked in by Paul Mannion, straight into the hands of a Glenamaddy defender who doesn't get it at the first time of asking. But back there is the substitute, Oren Geraghty, who looks mad for running and sends the ball over on the far side of the field. Too much on it, however, goes out over the line. Cormac Raftery was the man trying to get on the end of it. Kilconly still lead here by 2-6 to 11 points. Separate these sides if you can. The referee is given a free, has he?
Yeah, no, what he did was he crossed the line, kicking the sideline, Tommy. So he's going to have to throw it in.
So A little bit of silliness there by the Kilconly man in his haste to kick it forward and get the game going. Stepping in over.
Substitution again being called here.
Barry Concannon coming back on. Was that a temporary substitution? Barry's coming back on to the action anyway, so not quite sure who's going off. We'll see in a couple of moments. And still that 1 point between the sides here with just 2 minutes left on the clock here in Tuam Stadium. Remember, if it ends in a draw, we will have to go to extra time. We have to get a winner here in this fourth quarter final. As the ball is hopped in, the referee says foul by Glenamaddy. Kilconly get the free out. 2-6 to 11 points. As the ball is blocked down, the referee's going to call this back. He had his back turned to it, but he had to be alerted to it by Jerry Daly, I'd say, the linesman on the far side.
Yeah, Niall Mullen that came off there for the man that went back in.
Number 2 for Kilconly.
Yeah.
Kilconly with the ball out around the middle of the field now, trying to get it up, but they make a mess of that one and they'll give possession to Glenamaddy. Referee's given a free. Glenamaddy need to get this ball forward. With a minute and a half to go, they're looking for the equaliser, and moving it forward is Killian Geraghty inside. Conor Raftery thought about the shot. Macdara Geraghty might think about it, gives it back out to Heenahan. Michael Heenahan trying to make a little bit of space, pops it over on the far side, hesitating for a moment from the wing back for Glenamaddy. Glenamaddy have a line of players across the field here, but they find it difficult to get past 13-man Kilconly. Aidan Geraghty. They're going to try and work this into a scoreable position. We've got a minute left. We didn't get the fourth official's time to add it on. Yes. Glenamaddy, Aidan Geraghty inside. They have possession. Can they find the equaliser? Ball popped in now. Chance here. Ball flicked inside towards the number 14. Goal chance. It's in the back of the net. Glenamaddy have got the goal. Michael Heenahan, 111 to 2-6. And there was a goal in Glenamaddy. The Kilconly heads just drop. It's coming the 60th minute and Glenamaddy have got the goal from Michael Heenahan. I'll make it 1 goal and 4 points, Kevin. You can check it in a minute for Michael Heenahan.
That's correct, yeah, Tommy. 1 goal and 4 points. The ball was played in and it fell at the feet of Macdara Geraghty. He just couldn't get it up. So he overran the ball and Heenahan was coming in behind him and he fly kicked it into the back of the net.
111 to 2-6. We're in additional time. Kilconly needs something special now. They trail by 2. 2-6 to 111. Glenamaddy have produced a fantastic second half performance. David Prendergast for Kilconly now. They need a score of some description from this attack. There probably will be plenty of time yet to get another one. Ball back outside towards Martin Yule. Back to Prendergast. Slips. Has to go back. Yule to Mannion. Mannion now. Paul soloing forward. Trying to, again, Kilconly player slipping. But Mannion goes to a point. It'll be a super effort. It is a super effort. We're back to 1. 2-7 to 111. Good response by Kilconly, Kevin.
A great response. His third point from Paul Mannion. What a super effort from him. You know, it just shows you they're not going to lie down and they haven't gone away. 2-7 to 111, Tommy. And we're looking at 31 minutes gone in the stopwatch.
31 minutes gone. Ball gathered brilliantly by the number 3, Aidan Geraghty for Glenamaddy.
The linesman is anxious to try and find out. He's allowing a sub here, first of all, number 23 for Kilconly.
Teddy Kerrigan is going to come in.
A long-time servant.
A long-time servant for Kilconly. But Glenamaddy, if they do go on to win this, Kevin, have produced 2 indifferent performances. Slow and a bit cautious in the first half, but they went at this right from the start of the second half.
Yeah, obviously they got some servicing inside, I'd say, in the dressing room at half-time. You know, they were last out.
They were last out
and they came out with real intent.
Conor Raftery sees the ball go away from him as that ball is drilled down the field. Glenamaddy get it though through Tom Collins, and Collins off on the far side. And Glenamaddy now trying to play out. We played 2 minutes on my stopwatch of the added on time. 2-7 Kilconly, Glenamaddy 111, a 2-point advantage for the men in blue who trailed by 6 at half time. All eyes on the referee, Christopher Ryan. How much more time will he play as the ball comes across to Michael Heenahan, star of the show in the second half for Glenamaddy. That goal crucial, that could just break the hearts of Kilconly. Ball goes to ground. The referee says play on. touched on the ground by a Glenamaddy player. There's still time for some more drama here, is there? Kilconly have it. They've got to take it quickly. They're back inside their own half. Ball to Michael Murphy of Kilconly, looking to move it forward towards David Prendergast on the far side of the field. Kilconly have only got 2 other players up front. They need a goal probably at this stage. Back it goes towards James Moore now. Teddy Kerrigan is the man in on the edge of the square as the ball is recycled back out the field. Kilconly down to 13 players, remember. Never give up, trying to find a goal here at the end of this. And they're going to get the free 60 metres out from goal. And you imagine, Kevin, this one is going to have to be lobbed in around the danger zone.
Yeah, this is their chance, I'd say, because the clock is certainly against them. I'm not sure exactly how much time was added. I didn't hear that call, but it certainly would be about 5 minutes, Tommy.
Referee telling the Kilconly player where the free is. Paul Mannion wants to take it. 13-14. Kevin, are we destined for extra time?
Well, he's calling them in closer, so I think Paul Mannion's going to have a go at putting this over the bar.
And levelling it. 2-7 to 1-11 as Mannion kicks it in, kicks it up. The referee has spotted something for an infringement, Kevin, and he's going to give a free on the 21-metre line. This game, we said it earlier, could be going to extra time. 1-11, 14, 2-7 is 13. And that means that the draw will not go ahead at the end of this game. I know Jonathan and the lads are up there ready to have a draw, but the draw that's going to be is going to be a draw in Pearse Stadium, I'd imagine, if this is the last kick of the game. Paul Mannion, front of the post, puts it up and over the bar, 2-8 to 1-11. As Mannion gets his second point in a row, 4 points for him. We're gone into 4 minutes added on here over that. And the referee, will he blow the full-time whistle? Glenamaddy are going to get another chance. We're still going to play on here. It's an exciting finish. 13 men Kilconly come back to get it to a draw as the ball is sent over the far side of the field now to the full forward McDara McGerty. McDara now in possession, out around the middle of the field, pops it in over the top as it comes towards Pádraig Gerty, gets it inside. This is a chance here for Glenamaddy to win it. Ball brought down. We will be a 45. Conor Haslam has already made the journey up from the goal, and Glenamaddy will get an opportunity to win this quarter-final. You couldn't write this drama. You couldn't write it if you tried, Kevin Dwyer.
No, you couldn't. And Keane Davin was brilliant there with the block down. Absolutely brilliant, because it was going to go over the bar. Cormac Haslam now has the chance. It's not an easy one, though, Tommy. It's 45 metres out. It's to the left of the post. It's, a pressure kick.
It's one of these, you get it on the meat or you don't.
This is the semi-final or birth.
Drama in Tuam Stadium as Conor Haslam has a chance for Glenamaddy to get through to the semi-final. Haslam strikes it, no mistake, straight over the black spot, and Glenamaddy lead.
What an effort from the goalie.
Conor Haslam with the 45, straight up and over the bar. The referee looks like to me he's going to blow the full-time whistle here. He allows the kick out. Is he going to blow it or give one last chance to Kilconly?
Yes, he might give them one last chance, Tommy. There's no doubt about that. But it's really, really tight stuff. 2-8 for Kilconly, 1-12 for Glenamaddy.
Paul Mannion has plenty of attention here. Kilconly need to get it forward. An injury to the wing back, or Killian Gerty there holding his leg. How much more time will the referee give? Kilconly need it forward and need it up in the other end of the pitch. The referee looks at the watch again. We're a 1-point ball game in Tuam Stadium. Glenamaddy 1-12, Kilconly 2-8. Kilconly with a little bit of an overlap on the far side. Moving forward is the wing back, is Michael Newell coming forward. Teddy Kerrigan going to go for the equaliser from out the field. Teddy Kerrigan hits it high and he hits it over the bar. There's life in the old dog yet.
What a player. Tommy, it's a long time since I retired from teaching, and Teddy Kerrigan was in school when I was teaching, so I can tell you there is life in that old dog. What a score. Tommy, where did he kick it from? Out on the left-hand side, under the scoreboard at Tuam Stadium, and put it straight over the bar. What a score from Teddy Kerrigan. We're back to 15 against 15, Tommy, extra time.
You couldn't write the script for this game. 2 goals and 9 points for Kilconly, who only managed 4 points in the second half. 1 goal and 12 for Glenamaddy, who managed 1 goal and 7. But there was drama all over the pitch, all over the place. You could hear it in the supporters' voices. They hassled and harried, they fought for it. Yeah, thank you very much. You're welcome back to Tuam Stadium just at the start of the first period of extra time here in this intermediate quarter-final. Sides deadlocked at the end of normal time, 2-9 to 1-12. And Kevin, Kilconly back to the 15.
Yeah, they put Teddy Kerrigan in at the middle of the field, the man that got the big score for them. So Niall Daly can't come back on, of course, and neither can Conor O'Neill. So they have to bring in 2 extra players. We'll pick up who they are as the game progresses, Tommy, because we don't get a team sheet for the restart when it comes to extra time. So Cormac Haslam now has the ball for them, for Glenamaddy. They're playing now into the goal that they were playing in at the end of the game, Tommy.
Yeah, so over carrying, gives a free in to Kilconly. Michael Murphy wants to take it quickly, so he might just slow this one down here.
Now it means that players like Conor Marsden, who I see is back in, Tommy. He's one of the extra players. He's back in wearing number 11. So players like that came off as subs can go back in. This is a new ball game. The only 2 players that can't go back in are Conor O'Neill and Niall Daly. Paul Mannion.
Paul Mannion with this free for Kilconly. To the right of the post as we look down to our right-hand side, playing into the scoreboard end. Tries to curl this when it's curling. Is it curling sufficiently? The umpires say it's wide, and it did look wide from here, Kevin.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one, Tommy. We have a very good picture of it here, and it certainly did curl enough. You were saying, is it curling sufficiently? It wasn't on this occasion, and that's gone out wide, and Paul Mannion will be disappointed with that one.
Kick out over to the far side of the field. Kilconly try and win it again, and they do, and work it back the way. So who's going to have it in them to see this one out? And it's going to be a cagey start to this first period of extra time. First score or 2 could be crucial, as Marsden is on the ball now for Kilconly. Doesn't look to be moving that freely. Pressure is on Barry Concannon, but he manages to get it over the side towards Michael Murphy. Late foul on the kicker.
Yeah,
free one where the ball lands.
Yes, and I have to say that I did a disservice to James Morden. I said Pádraig O'Brien. He's actually a brother of them.
Well, I hope he doesn't mind. He's out there in the action, as Michael Murphy now is going to have a shot from this free, 40 metres out. Has it got enough? He gets a touch on it in there. Glenamaddy have numbers back there. Evan Duffy, he's been busy, Kevin, today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done well for them all day. There's no doubt about that. He's been a top-class player, Evan. We're 19.
Second game here, of course, put back a half an hour to 5:15. Tuam Stars versus Corofin in the Senior Football Championship. With 3 minutes gone already in the first period of extra time here in Tuam, as Glenamaddy now go on the attack on the far side of the field. It's in the middle of the park, but they still have possession. Trying to work it forward is Cormac Raftery. Back to Conor Raftery, and Raftery has time to find Evan Duffy this side of the field. Duffy now with a little bit of space opening up for the Glenamaddy man as he goes forward. Passes it in, but it's a poor ball intended for Michael Heenan, cut out, and Terry Kerrigan is back there as well. The man that got that equalising score deep into added on time. Ball breaks in the middle of the field, picked up by Glenamaddy. There will be a free to the men in blue.
A factor in this extra time now, Tommy, will be fitness, because they have both put in a huge shift in the game that was 60 minutes or more, because there was 7 minutes at one end and 5 minutes at the other end. So a huge shift from them. And fitness will be a factor.
That's for sure, as the ball spills out of the hands of Michael Fox on the far side of the field, and Kilconly can come away with it. Lovely little interchange of passes here, allows Kilconly now to come forward. Man free this side of the field is Jonathan Mannion, and he offloads it to JP Byrne. And Kilconly now playing the more composed at the start of this first period of extra time. 4 minutes gone as Marsden gets it off towards James Moran. Moran back to Martin Yule, who was a substitute at the end of normal time as well for Kilconly. Ball brought down. Out it comes to Martin Yule. Picks up the rebound. Skips past his man. Needs support. Goes back out the field. to Jonathan Mannion. And Kilconly now move it towards the centre forward channel, picked up by Michael Murphy. Murphy going to go for a point from out the field. It drops in around the house, and the referee said for a late tackle is going to be a of this quarter final to put Kilconly ahead by 210 to 112. What have Glenamaddy got in response now to that point? As Conor Raftery goes forward, bottled up by plenty of white jerseys there, but he has support from Ryan Duffy. Duffy gives it to the fullback Oran Geraghty, and he moves it over the far side. Is that a foul? No play on, says the referee Christopher Ryan, as the ball makes its way back to Aidan Geraghty. And Kilconly now have a wall of white jerseys in front of the Glenamaddy midfield area, but doesn't stop. Michael Fox getting on possession over there. The ball is touched out over the sideline off the hand of a Glenamaddy player, and Kilconly, Kevin, you feel in the opening stages here look a little bit more composed, happy enough to be playing 6.5 minutes gone.
I'd say their confidence is quite high, Tommy. They were down to 13 men, they were leading the game, they were, had a goal scored against them, they were a couple of points down, and they fought back, despite being down 2 men. They fought back to equalise the game, and now they'll be feeling confident they might be able to push on.
Ball breaks inside here. Kilconly have got a little bit of space now. Ball into David Prendergast. He's taking on 3 Glenamaddy defenders, still going forward. David Prendergast off the right. David Prendergast high and over the bar. He's beginning this half like he did the first half, Kevin.
Yeah, great work from Owen Daly. Tall man, number 7, went up, touched the ball down to James Morden, and Morden found a great pass inside to David Prendergast, and he made no mistake. And we've seen Tommy early on, he is lethal.
Kick out from Cormac Haslam for Glenamaddy, the man that thought he had scored the winning point in normal time, only for Teddy Kerrigan, the substitute.
So there's a substitution here now. Conor Marsden obviously not fit to continue, Tommy, and he's been taken off again, and coming back on is the number 14 for Kilconly, John Kerrigan.
John Kerrigan, as the ball goes out around
Teddy's
the middle of the
brother.
field, touched up and won by Glenamaddy, who need a score now because we're gone into the 8th minute of the first half. Glenamaddy have players free over this side of the field, not spotted by Aidan Geraghty initially. Off it goes to Macdara Geraghty. Macdara trying to work it out. There's going to be a free for Glenamaddy, 40 metres out from goal, down to our left-hand side, and a chance for them to reduce the deficit. Free in for Glenamaddy, who trail by 2 points, 211 to 112. Glenamaddy need this one.
Tough one, Tommy. Long range, well out the field.
Off the left, it's kicked in high, kicked out to the right hand side. Is it out to the right hand side and wide?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a minute and a half of normal time to go to the break here, and Kilconly have got the only 2 scores of the extra time so far.
In additional time, or extra time like this, Tommy, in these games, when you're playing 10 minutes extra time, scores are vital, and the team that can get two like that, it's very hard to overtake that again.
Yeah, as time goes against you, of course, it's 10 minutes aside each half as that ball is kicked out towards the sideline on the far side. But Kilconly do well to win it and hold on to position and work it up towards James Moran. Moran now sends a lovely ball in the direction of Prendergast, who's a thorn in the Glenamaddy defence all day. And he might fancy his chances of getting the ball across towards James Moran, but it's intercepted back there by Luke Divley, who does good work. And Glenamaddy now have an opportunity to move it out towards the centre and move the ball forward. Here we go. Glenamaddy now on the attack again. 1 on 2 inside, but Glenamaddy have bodies back out the field, but still going forward now. He's been pulled. Referee's going to give a free as he's playing advantage. And the ball, it's tackle there on the corner forward, Ryan Duffy, but the free had already been given from a similar position now as the last one. So what did Glenamaddy do here, Kevin?
Yeah, well, I'd say they're going to have another go at it. At this time, probably change the kicker. And it looks like it'll be Michael Heenan, who did get those scores for them in the latter part of the second half. He's the one that's going to have a go here at this one. It'll be interesting to see, because this will, really set us up for, the final portion of this game, the final act.
Shot comes in, it looks good from here. The umpires are happy enough with that. It's gone over the bar.
An excellent score, Tommy. You'd have to say a great free taken from him.
Michael Heenan making no mistake. I make that 1-5 for him, 1-13 for Glenamaddy, 2-11 for Kilconly. The clock tells us we're gone past the 10 minutes. So we're likely to hear the half-time whistle very shortly here. Just that 1 point separating the sides still as the ball is kicked out over on the far side. Up to go for it, knocked down. And Glenamaddy pick it up and get it out as far as Luke Divley, who in turn moves it forward. Glenamaddy looking for the equalising score before the end of the first period of extra time here. Aidan Geraghty. Christopher Ryan has a quick look at the watch. Is he going to give a chance to Glenamaddy as the ball is moved in fast? Back to Aidan Geraghty. Geraghty looking for someone to come and take a shot. It's curled in towards the goal. It's not going to go wide. Chance here for Glenamaddy as the man that has it is the number 25. It takes a shot across the face of the goal. It's gone out to the right hand side and wide. Kilconly player gone to ground with cramp in there as well. The referee blows the half-time whistle.
Tommy, if it finishes level, are we going to penalties?
Yeah, I suppose it's...
yeah, that's the way it is.
It's on a tender hooks here. It's really, really close as the ball is gone out to the right-hand side and wide. And it's half-time. 2-11 for Kilconly, Glenamaddy 1-13. I presume the break will be pretty short here now, Kevin.
Yeah, it's usually just a quick turnover, Tommy, between the sides. Just interested to see that the key players there in that first half for the Kilconly side was Paul Mannion and David Prendergast. But however problem Conor Marsden is, he's a loss as well to Kilconly because he's a fine player. He came off at the end of the first half. They tried him out again. It didn't work for them. They had to take him off again at the end of the second half. They brought in
It's do or die for these two teams. We've got to have a winner today. That is the bottom line. And Christopher Ryan decides to throw it in with Kilconly leading by 1 point, 2-11 to 1-13. Ball breaks for Glenamaddy in the middle of the field. Picked up there by Pádraig Geraghty. Gets it out towards the man wearing number 19, Evan Duffy. Lovely ball inside. Early chance here now maybe for Glenamaddy. Conor Raftery off the left. Conor Raftery high and Conor Raftery levels it up. You can hear the roar in the background. 1-14 to 2-11. Conor Raftery has a cultured left foot, Kevin. We've seen him over the years for Galway.
Score, left foot, super score from him. It's his first of the afternoon. You'd like
Crucial.
to see him getting into those positions a bit more often because it make a huge difference. Substitutions going on again here now. We see that's coming on for the Glenamaddy side is number 14, Pádraig Geraghty coming back in again.
Yeah, it's all happening here. It's plenty of movement on and off the field as the ball breaks in the middle of the field for Kilconly. Picked off the ground, so it's going to be a free for Glenamaddy. Initially, Christopher Ryan indicated that it was a free to Kilconly, but the foul was by the Kilconly player picking the ball off the ground, and Glenamaddy now have a chance to move the ball this side of the field. Out around the middle, Aidan Geraghty studying the options. The option is to give it to Michael Fox, who sends it inside. Opportunity and a chance for Ryan Duffy to spray it over the far side of the field. Ball in the hands of Michael Heenan, the goal scorer for Glenamaddy in the second half. Gets a nice pass inside towards Fox. Fox now looking for the lead scorer. It's going to drop in around the house. It's a dangerous ball. Touched in there. Zek gone out for a 45. It is gone out for a 45. Off the hand of a Kilconly defender. The umpire being quizzed there by the goalkeeper, Tommy Mannion.
I don't think so. I think actually that it was the number 8, Pádraig Geraghty, that got the touch on that. And I think that that's what the referee is questioning, whether it was Pádraig Geraghty that got the touch on it. And I'm right, Tommy. We called it, we're up here in the stand, but we saw it.
Yeah.
It was Pádraig Geraghty that got the touch on it.
And that was the initial thoughts of the referee as well. And he went in, had a quick word. The umpire said, reverse that decision, it's a wide ball. So it remains all square. 2-11 Kilconly, Glenamaddy 1-14.
That's the third wide in this added time, or extra time, for the Glenamaddy side.
2.5 minutes gone. Poor kick out, however, by Tommy Mannion, straight into the hands of Michael Fox, who has found a bit of space. He's going to go for a shot, but he slips as he hits it and drives it along the ground out to the right-hand side and wide. That was an opportunity, Kevin, and the whole place opened up for him.
Yeah, just the surface beat him, Tommy. He just slipped on the surface as he was trying to take the shot, and he was too far out for a goal chance, so it was a poor effort.
Kilconly win the kick out and move it through the centre through James Moran. Moran off to Teddy Kerrigan, the man that saved Kilconly at the death in normal time. Back to Moran, and Moran now finds a little bit of space. Off it goes to Martin Newell. Martin Newell might get his point here. Martin Newell does put Kilconly back in front. End-to-end stuff. 2-12 to 1-14. And Martin Newell, a substitute as well in this game. Second half of normal time.
Great work from Paul Mannion there to win that ball. They lost the ball initially from the kick out, but Paul Mannion kept hunting and sniffing around it, and when it went to ground he got it up and he got it out. James Moran and Teddy Kerrigan involved in getting it forward, and Newell made no mistake putting it over the bar, Tommy. That's a great score for Kilconly.
Derek Keaveney is coming in for Glenamaddy as well. And going off is number 19, who's ran his socks off, in fairness, is Evan Duffy. As Cormac Haslam goes long with this kick out around the middle of the field. Up to go for it. Knocked down by Aidan Geraghty, but lost. Kilconly pick it up. Kilconly now begin to find a little bit of space, particularly up front, as Prendergast now goes on a run. David Prendergast still going forward, turns inside, this time off the left, David Prendergast, and David Prendergast puts it over the bar, and Kilconly have gone 2 ahead. Glenamaddy under a little bit of trouble at the moment, as Prendergast can kick off both feet, and has put one over the bar. 2 points between the sides. 4 minutes gone in the second period of extra time.
Tommy, that's his second score in this added time, so it gives you an idea. He scored 2-1 in the first half for them, or in the first portion of the game for them, and that's a great score from him.
The referee's going to talk to David Prendergast now as well for that tackle. Both players are down on the ground injured. And when David Prendergast gets up, the next word he'll hear will be from referee Christopher Ryan. 2-13 to 1-14 in favour of Kilconly. Clock ticks into 5 minutes gone in the second period of extra time here, so 5 to go. Glenamaddy need 2 points, Kevin.
Yeah.
Just a draw.
Just a draw. And that just doesn't see them over the line. But they look tired, Tommy. You'd have to say that Kilconly looked the fitter side. They looked the more alert side. They've moved that ball in particular when Paul Mannion has been outstanding. I'd say he's been the player of the game for me so far, Tommy. You know, the work he's done, he's been outstanding. And he won a ball there, and straight away he turned and moved the ball forward. And it went forward to Kerrigan onto James Morden. And Morden then cut it back inside to find Newell. And Newell made no mistake. And it's the quickness and the movement and the pace that Kilconly have that has been crucial. And it's a yellow card for David Prendergast.
Happy enough to get away with that and drink of water as well for his troubles. They lead by 2, Kilconly, 2-13 to 1-14. As Kilconly get a hand in over on the far side of the field and get the ball forward. And it really is momentum with Kilconly right now. Another point might just see them through here. They go to ground, they've won a free outside the 45-metre line. And there's someone of them fancy themselves from here. The Kilconly player has gone to ground. And all this, Kevin, is, winding.
2 players down at the moment, Tommy, I'd say, for Kilconly. We see that in the defence there.
JP Byrne
is down, and the player that was tackled there is also down. And obviously the legs are a bit stiff there for Michael Murphy. He's usually the free taker. Paul Mannion, though, has been hitting them and hitting them from distance, and he's getting lots of encouragement there from David Prendergast and Teddy Kerrigan to have a go at this one. So Paul Mannion will definitely be having a go with this one, Tommy.
For sure. On the 45-metre line, told not to come past it by the referee Christopher Ryan, but he's a chance to put Kilconly 3 up with just over 3 minutes of normal time to go in this second period of extra time. Mannion with the opportunity, lofts it high into the sky, turning in perfectly. It's over the bar. Paul Mannion does the business again for Kilconly. 2-14 to 1-14, and Paul Mannion has got that latest point, which could be crucial because we've got just 3 minutes to go on our stopwatch here. 1-14 to 2-14. Glenamaddy are going to need another goal, Kevin.
That's a superb free, Tommy. You have to hand it to him. You know, we talk about pressure kicks, you know, and that was an absolutely superb free. The man was full of confidence. Oh, and off the ball, the incident there. He could be getting a black card here, Paul Mannion.
Yeah. Well, it's number 23, Teddy Kerrigan, that's been spoken to for that tackle. The referee going to the book. So it will be a card. Terry Kerrigan was the hero at the end of normal time with his point from way out over on the far side under the scoreboard. But now he's been a black card under the wrath of the referee. So it's 3 minutes, they're down to 14. They're doing it the hard way, Kilconly.
Oh, they are. They're making it very difficult for themselves. The black card for Teddy Carrigan, but they were determined not to let Glenamaddy get a break on them there and open up a chance of a goal.
Glenamaddy play it back initially, now moving forward through Pádraig Geraghty. They're going to have to try and get a goal here. They have possession, just about. Going to ground. The ball recycled back out towards the full-back, Gordon Geraghty. Out towards Michael Heenahan. Heenahan now gets it forward. Conor Raftery still going. Seems to be pulled. And Kilconly have overturned it. And the referee's given a free out. Minute and a half to go. Another player down on the ground. 2 Kilconly players requiring attention. The referee wants to play on. He's going to stop it now.
Coming in for Kilconly, another evergreen, Alan Flaherty. You know, Alan is well in his 30s, there's no doubt about that. And he's coming in now wearing number 5.
Well, Kilconly saw themselves in huge danger of going out of this championship late on in the normal time when they trailed by 112 to 2-8. They've come back into it, and they've been the better team in extra time, Kevin, of that there's no doubt.
They certainly have been the better team. They've been the more composed side. They play the better football. They've spread the ball around a lot better, and they've found a man. And one of the things they've done is they've tackled tenaciously.
And their substitutes have worked a treat for them as well. Although we put the kibosh on James Moore in there, Glenamaddy late into this game here, late into this half of extra time, looking for a goal, but they need the ball in around the house. Moved in, lovely fisted pass. They're going to have to work it in around the house. Ball dropping in around the square. Is there a fist on the end of that? No, there isn't. It's gone wide. And Tommy Mannion, the goalkeeper for Kilconly, is happy to see that one out. Kilconly players are on the verge of getting in on the pitch here, the substitutes. One of them is Niall Daly. One of them is Conor O'Neill. Both didn't finish the game, but the time is up on our stopwatch. How much more is the referee going to add on? Not a lot.
Tommy Mannion is no hurry at all to take this kick out. He was looking for the tee inside in the goal, and then he took a circuitous route out to get to the 20-metre line.
Ball kicked out on the far side. Referee Christopher Ryan says play on. Broken down. Glenamaddy have it. Ryan Duffy gets it off. The ball needs to be in around the house, in towards Aidan Geraghty. Geraghty puts up the hand, but the ball drops towards the Kilconly defender. Paul Mannion back there as well. Christopher Ryan, the referee, takes a look at the watch on the left hand as Paul Mannion sends that ball forward towards David Prendergast. What a ball. Prendergast, is he fouled? No play on, says the referee. Glenamaddy are furious. The free is given to Kilconly, and that just sums up the play there between Paul Mannion and David Prendergast.
Yeah, the ball that was sent in there by Glenamaddy, Barry Concannon was the man that went in, and he won that ball with absolutely incredible defending. And they've been doing that all the afternoon, Tommy, the Kilconly side. They've defended stoutly against Glenamaddy. And the ball came down here, David Prendergast, 2-on-1. And he still managed to, he was in around them, he was at their feet, and he got the push in the back, and he won the free.
Glenamaddy, Kilconly have given it away, given an opportunity of some description to, and that's a pull down, and that'll be another. Michael Murphy will see black card as well for there in Geraghty. Gives a little bit of a slap out there as well. So a black card for and a red card for Aidan Geraghty, I'd say, for the off the ball incident. Aidan Geraghty gets the red card. Frustration on behalf of the Glenamaddy man, but ref now is going to hop the ball as well, which is and another red card for number 11, Michael Heenahan, the captain. So it's all going downhill for Glenamaddy right now. The ball is thrown in. How much more time is there? Glenamaddy have won it. Can they get a free? The referee says there is a free. There's one more chance, Kevin Dwyer, for Glenamaddy. Kilconly want to make a change. We're gone 2 minutes past the 10.
Both sides are down to 13, Tommy. Ball
sent in, long in around the house, caught in there by Conor Raftery. Out to Michael Fox, goes to ground. Needs to get it away, but Kilconly are in there. Raftery has it, trying to barge his way through. The referee's giving the free on the 14-metre line. How do you orchestrate a goal from here, from that angle? TJ Reid did it for Ballyhale, where he had a sliotar and a hurl.
Yeah, and of course we all remember remember the one that Michael Meehan did, but this is an angle that's not unfavourable. So they're going to have to play it across the goal and try and blast it in.
It's likely to be the last effort as the ball breaks. The referee blows the full-time whistle, and Kilconly will be in the semi-final draw later on. They will join Ilonar and Dunmore McHale's in that draw, and also we say Ilonar, yeah. So the four teams are Corofin, Ilonar, and Dunmore McHale's and Kilconly.
Yeah, what a mouth-watering thing that is. And Kilconly, God, they fought back, Tommy, from adversity in every sense and form. They really came back from, down 15 against 13. They climbed a mountain, and they brought on subs, and the subs, as you said, made a huge difference. That Teddy Gerrigan point will stay long in my mind. It was an absolutely brilliant score to level matters for them, particularly after the excellent effort from Cormac Haslam with these 45. So it just shows you, it was really a humdinger of a game.
Yeah, real great curtain raiser here as well to our second game coming up between Tuam Stars and Corofin in the Senior Football Championship. That one kicks off at 15 minutes time. We better get away and get a bit of refreshments here, but finished 2-9 to 1-12 at the end of normal time, but it was Kilconly that finished the strongest in extra time. It's all over here in Tuam Stadium in the intermediate quarter final. Good win and a 3-point win for Kilconly in the end. The final score, Kilconly 2-14, glenamaddy 1-14.